Hi, I'm Trevor Lund from More Than a Bucket List, and I just wanted to run through how to leave your legacy with your book. So many of you have already signed up to find out more about this group coaching package, and I just thought the easiest way for me to do this is kind of let you see my thoughts on this because I really need feedback from you as well. I realize that this plan might not fit with everybody, and I want you to see it because I want to see your interest in it. But you need to know I am very, very open. For since 2005, I've been helping people to plan and write their books, to know the best way to publish their books, and to definitely market their books. And so we could actually break this up into how to write your legacy, how to publish your legacy, and how to market your legacy. Something or other. That doesn't really sound right. You don't want to market your legacy. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. We could break this up, and maybe, I want to get feedback. This could be the exact thing you need to leave a legacy with your book, but you still need help writing your book and planning your book and knowing how to do all that. Well, I might be able to give you, I've given most of you a document, an ebook on how to write your book effectively. But either I could do that up as a separate training or a separate coaching or something like that. I just need your feedback. So let me just run through you with this. And then afterwards, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. First of all, I do have a survey that you can fill out and give me feedback on this and other issues around group coaching, around leaving a legacy with your book. And I'll also ask you if you're available. I'm going to have a live Q&A at Big Marker, and I'll have the links available for you just under this video on the site. So you will find out. Basically, the Q&A is going to be a chance for you to ask me questions, and I might be able to answer your questions just in that Q&A time. So anyway, we'll work all that out. But let's first just kind of run through what I'm talking about here with what I would think would be a 3-month, 12-week how to leave your legacy with your book. Basically, my idea with this would be that okay, here's my idea. And I need feedback from you. There's so much information in here. I think what I'm going to have to do is actually do up training for you for every week. So you'd have to view that training, and then we'd have a live Q&A like we're going to do for this pre-launch, get ideas flowing kind of thing. That every week we do that conference call, that video call, and we could record that and have that available for you if you're not able to make it. And we would have a Facebook group where the homework assignments that come in those group meetings will you need to hold each other accountable in through the Facebook group. So that's sort of my idea. And then the other idea with that is, if I do up the training, and I know a lot of people feel they can't afford coaching, I would be able to say, okay, you can get the training without the coaching and pay a lower amount, because there's going to be huge value in here, and it is going to help you with leaving a legacy with your book. But I want to be as flexible as possible for as many people as possible. So that's why my thought is there. Now, this is why I'm attracted to work with people who want to leave a legacy with your book. Since 2005, I have been helping dozens and dozens, and if not hundreds of authors to plan, to write, to edit. Well, I don't do the editing, but to lay out, to print, to publish, to market their books. And I've worked with all kinds of authors, and the ones I found that I enjoy working with the most are really the ones who are writing their book to leave a legacy. It doesn't matter what kind of book you have. I've worked with people writing fiction. I've worked with people writing nonfiction. I've worked with people writing poetry. I've worked with people, but when you want to leave a legacy, that's really the difference, as opposed to the one who just wants to make a bunch of money, or the one that just, You know, to me, a legacy isn't building your reputation, you know. And so leaving a legacy is you've got something important to say, and that can be through fiction, that can be through poetry, that can be through a nonfiction book, that can be through a family history. You want to leave something important. You have something to say and something to contribute. And that's why I want to work with people who want to leave a legacy with your book. So let's look at the course more in detail here. The first thing that I'm looking at, like week 1, I want to walk through to kind of explain to you why I'm doing it this way. Week 1 is how to prepare your book to leave a legacy. Now, if you've already written your book, you might think, well, why is this important? Even if you've written your book, you need to go through this process, because if you're at the point of marketing your book, you need to have these questions answered. The questions that we look at is, discover your why. Like, why have you written this book? Why is it important? Why does it speak? Why? Reason being is, if you're going to leave a legacy, you're actually going to be building a tribe. You're going to be building a following. You're going to get people involved in a movement. And I'm not talking like Oprah Winfrey size. You might get there, but I'm talking about, even if you have like 30 committed people on Facebook, things go viral with 30 people. You don't need a lot of people committed, but you need that tribe of people who get your why. And the why is what builds a tribe, because people don't gather around you because of what you do or how you do it. They gather around why you're doing it. And it is so critical and so important. We'll show you how to discover your why, and how you can use that in writing your book and marketing your book. Well, also, knowing your reader is so critically important. And with the dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of authors I've worked with, this is usually the thing that they forget. And, I'm guilty of it myself. I'm learning to do this much better with my books. But, the first dozen that I wrote, I wrote for myself, not for my reader. And some people will tell you, yeah, you got to write for yourself. But let me tell you, when you learn to write for your reader, it takes on a whole new dynamic, and it makes the writing so much easier. But also, if you've already written your book, you need to know your ideal reader, or at least maybe not your ideal reader, but your ideal book buyer. I'm thinking if you've written up a kid's book, you don't market to the kids, you market to the grandparents and the parents and the teachers who are going to buy that book for the kids to read. So your reader when you're writing your book, but you got to know your book buyer when it comes to marketing. Then you're going to determine the best way for you to connect with your reader and to your why. Clumsy sentence, I know, but basically what I'm talking about here is you have a myriad of ways to connect with those who are going to become your tribe. You have so many different ways you can get distracted. Every time someone comes up with, using Pinterest to connect with your readers, or using Facebook pages, and you can be going in 1,000 different directions. Really, you need to use the tools, the resources, the talents you have to connect your readers with your why. And I'll show you exactly how you can do this, and why, really what that enables you to do is not get going 1,000 different directions. There are some things you need to have set up, and we'll get to that shortly. But after that, it's pick your path, be consistent, have fun doing it, and enjoy, okay? And then talk about branding considerations. Now, branding considerations, it's clumsy language. I might call it something else. But basically what I'm talking about here, easiest way to explain it maybe with morethanAbucketlist.com, something I'm going to be doing and announcing very shortly. I'll let you know right now. It's called 50 Under 50 and 50 Over 50. And the idea of what I'm doing with that is I'm going to be interviewing people over Skype. It's going to start with people I know, because I know some amazing people doing amazing things that are leaving a legacy today. And I don't know what encourages me more are the people under 50, like way under 50, who are doing some incredible things and changing their lifestyle so that they can do something that matters. And I want to be interviewing them. I want to be promoting them. And, it's going to be a Skype interview, and we'll put that on YouTube, and we'll put it on on the blog. And over time, that's going to actually build up a following, because they're going to be amazing, connect you with amazing people. You're going to hear amazing stories, amazing things being done. And you're going to, people are going to want to know what's coming next, right? So, I don't really have a timetable. Kind of the first year in doing this is going to be really lax, but after that, every year I want to be releasing a new 50 people over 50, 50 people under 50, leaving a legacy. So that's basically 2 books a year. And how I'm going to write it is people, one, the interviews, I would transcribe the interviews and I'll get that information. Also have people fill out a form ahead of time to, question and answers for me to interview them with. And that'll be the basis for my book as well, because they're going to get the benefit of me promoting the book and having that released, and selling it on More Than a Bucket List and on Amazon and on other distribution networks. I'll have ebooks that link their story to their interview and get people connected with them from their interview to their website. And it's all about promoting these people who are doing amazing things to leave a legacy. And in the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm building up my brand, and I'm building up that I guess that franchise might be a better word for it. Chicken Soup for the Soul, same. They're doing things, they've got a similar formula, and it works exceptionally well for them. And it might work exceptionally well for you in your book. So we can talk about how you can, turn that first book of yours into a series, into use it in all kinds of different ways. Now, the next thing, week 2, what we're going to talk about is how to leverage your book into a business. And the reason why I want to get into this is I've worked with way too many people over the years who the book is their business, and they expect to be on Oprah and expect to collect residual checks therefore and ever after. And could happen. I mean, it could happen. There are books out there like The Shack. First time author, wrote one book, and it became a huge bestseller. Few and far between. Most authors make the most money because they turn their book into a business. And I'll show you how you can do that by using your experience in a topic. The way to become an expert is either by doing and being the expert because of doing, or you can become the expert by research. And when you write a book, you are an expert in that topic of the book. And basically what you can do with that knowledge is you can turn that into residual income. You can use it so that you've done the work, and then you have residual income coming in because you turn it into a training course, or you turn it into a I don't know, like an email list. People sign up and get one email and the next email, and you get they get this email in their box, and you can do a lot to get residual income from the experience in the topic that you have, because you've written the book and you are the expert in that book. You can also get it through using your experience in the process. Now, like for example, after I wrote a few books, I started getting approached by people to write their books for them. So I became a ghostwriter because of the experience I had in the process of writing a book. I've ghostwritten, I've co-written, I've designed books because I learned how to design my own books, and I enjoy designing books, and so I've designed books for others. I've designed book covers for other people because I enjoy doing that, and I've used that, and it's not residual income, it's services I provided, so it's a linear income that I do the work and I get paid, sort of thing. But another way to turn your book experience into an actual business, and that could be part of your legacy. I'm already talking with lots of people. You're thinking about what you can do in your retirement. Well, this is perfect. We're going to show you how to leverage your book into a business. And we'll end that up, show you how to create a one-page business plan that is awesome and effective, and something that I use often for even things I do on my blog. I'll do up a one-page business plan to figure out if it's worth me doing it, and it's a useful tool to help you know if your business idea is a good one to go with. Week 3, talk about what your legacy needs for online success. Now, this is where I kind of get like I need input, right? Because I'm assuming because you've connected with me online, you want to use online resources too for your own success and for your own legacy. And that might be too big of an assumption. There might be people who, I don't want to do anything online. Okay, well, what else can we do? It'll probably be online for me, but for you, maybe not. The other consideration I want your feedback on is, should I have something on how to write your legacy in this, or how to plan your book? Or did you have questions about the ebook you got on how to write your legacy quickly? Those kind of feedback I need. And in our live event, please give me those questions, because that feedback, because it'll help me know what direction. But what I'm proposing is week 3 would be, what your legacy needs for online success. Everybody who has a business or wants to sell a book online, you need these things. You need a website, not just a website, but a really good website. What's a good website? A website is one that connects, it collects, and it converts. And I will show you how to do all of those things. And you know that I can do it because, hey, I've got you connected on my website, right? Get you to set up a communication plan. This is how you're going to communicate with this growing tribe that you've got. Got a connection strategy showing you how do you turn all of these people you're connecting with into a tribe for your writing, for your business, for what you're doing, for your why, right? So that's how all that ties together. You need your products, and by your products, it's not just your book. It could not just your book and your ebook. It's what the other products that you've designed for your business, right? So it could be your services. It could be that video series you do up once and you sell all the time. It could be, all kinds of different things. And we'll get into that during the course. And you need a plan for marketing your products. So once you have your products up, we will work on your plan for marketing your products. And most of that's online. Most of that is through social media. Most of that is free, okay? Week 4 is deciding the best way to publish. Why is that in week 4? You really need everything set up. How you publish is it's exciting. It really is an exciting time in the world of publishing. It's a lot like the wild, wild west, but you need to know the best way for you at this time to publish your book. And could be the self-publishing way. We'll talk about what to expect and what to look for. And just a heads up here, here's my piece of advice for people looking for self-publishing services. Never go with a company that lets you buy your book at a reduced price. Okay, here's the inside information why. I've ran different publishing companies too, so just so you know. The way that it works is, as a self-publishing company, I make my money on the services you buy from me. One. A very close second is I'll make my money from the books that you buy for yourself. And really, why I would never recommend you buy from somebody that says you can purchase your books at 50% off the cover price or 60%. I've even seen 80% off or not 80%, but 20% off the cover price. So you're paying 80% of the cover price for your book. The bookstore is getting 55%, but you get 80%. Like, that's ridiculous. really, you don't need to do that. I can show you exactly who to use, so that if you there's publishers, there's printers out there that will print one book off at a time for about the same price as if you're printing 1,000 or 2,000 books off at the same time. The world is, that's why it's so exciting. Like, you don't need, just if you're selling books from your website, there's a printer that will get you those books printed one at a time, and it's absolutely brilliant. If you want to sell on Amazon, they've bought out a company. You can do the same thing there. It costs a little bit more to get set up, but it's really, you don't buy publishing services from, well, we could also say any self-publishing house owned by a traditional publishing house. It gets a little bit trickier, but what the traditional publisher houses have done is they can't make money the traditional way, so they buy self-publishing houses and charge people an ungodly amount to do services that mean absolutely nothing. So you really want that advice. Traditional publishing. When would you consider traditional publishing? Really, if you have a book that a traditional publisher can market better for you than you can yourself, like a lot of times, like novels, this is a good reason to do a novel through traditional publishing, because traditional publishers have the agreements with the booksellers, the bookstores and the distributors and everyone who in the genre that you're writing. So it's much tougher to self-publish and get it connected with readers who like that topic, like that genre. And so if you're doing a novel, traditional publishing is the way to go. But again, you need to know what to expect and what to look for in traditional publishers. Personally, I've turned down more traditional publishers than I've submitted to. And the reason being is because I have such a huge social media platform. Traditional publishers are coming to me and asking me to publish my books. And I look at their publishing plan, I look at my contract that they offer, and it's like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it for me at this time. I am, one of the many plans on my board here is to release a novel series, and that one I might go with a publisher, but need to consider that. Anyway, when we'll talk about Kindles and Kindle books and ebooks in general, and that might be the way for you to get your book out there. It is completely inexpensive, free in fact, and might be a really good resource for you. Week 5, how to use the power of Amazon. Listen, if you're selling physical books or you're selling ebooks, you need to know how to get on Amazon, how to use Amazon, and how to make the, it's just too big to be ignored. And so we'll talk about how to use the tools that Amazon provides. They are there to sell books, and they help you sell your books in amazing ways. Show you how to find reviews that count. Yes, you don't want to use reviews that are on your website already. You don't want to use reviews just from your mom. You want to use the reviews that will get you the most traction. And I'll give you a Kindle marketing strategy that is really amazing and makes use of all kinds of things that are all within the terms of Amazon terms of service. Now, that is extremely critical because what I've done is looked at a lot of marketers and how they are telling people to use Amazon. And a lot of them will get you banned, will get you kicked off of Amazon, will get you de-indexed because they're violating the terms of service. Well, I'll get you set up so you don't violate the terms of Amazon service. Anyway, week 6, we talk about the shortcut for leaving your legacy. And the shortcut is always, it's leveraging people, right? So connecting with the right people, it's what to approach people for, how to approach people, how you support others and how that actually supports yourself, how you can be a resource for people and make yourself available on all kinds of different platforms. Week 7 is launching your legacy. There's lots of ways you can launch your book and launch your business. You got to decide on the best way to launch for you at this time. I'll give you the overview of all the different ways so that you can, you might launch it one way, but your next book you might launch a completely different way. And the importance of events, and we'll talk about evergreen launches and all those different things there too. So in week 8, we'll talk about using social media to spread your legacy, and don't get freaked out by this, okay? I have a totally different philosophy on social media, and really I want to show you how to choose your platform to build your platform. What the gurus will not tell you is that your ideal reader is on every single social network. And so the trick is to simply pick the one that you like to be on, or the two that you like to be on, and learn how to use those platforms to connect with your ideal reader. And creating a schedule for connecting it, and it's 100% free marketing, so we'll show you how you can do the best kind of marketing through social media for your book and for your business. Next is using your book to expand your legacy through speaking. Now, I put this in here because my experience is most people who want to leave a legacy with their book have the bent to be public speakers as well. Okay, this might not be you. This might not be the best week for you, but I do think it's very important to have it in this process. But I want your feedback on this. If everyone who's going to be in the first group doesn't want to learn about public speaking and get all the tools you need to do it effectively, well, then we'll move on to something else. But this is what we would cover with the public speaking. Talk about the power of events again, hosting your own events, leveraging other events, how to get called to be a speaker, what you charge, do you charge, what you ask for, all those kind of things. What to never forget. I've forgotten it many times, and I will never forget it again. And tools for authors at events. There are really cool things out there that help you sell more books, such as surveys, such as, card scanners that work on your iPhone or iPad, and really inexpensive and perfect for authors selling at events. Now, week 10, we talk about expanding your legacy by being the expert. I've already said you've written the book, you are the expert. Here's the thing. I should mention this, okay? I'll tell you a bit of the story about how I came to be a writer. And, basically, no, that's not even my story. But when I first came into writing, and to learn writing, I came from a writer's point of view. And I connected with writers, and I connected with publishers, and I connected with all these people, in the whole industry of writing. And really, like the main message from that whole industry is, authors, you need a platform for writing before you write a book, right? And so everyone is so geared on how do you build your platform, and what do you do to get a platform, and a platform is people, right? It's your tribe. It's the people that come around you. That's the platform. Your platform isn't your blog. Your platform isn't your speaking tour. Your platform isn't your podcast. Platform is the people who connect with you through these avenues and through these events. And over time, I started working more and more with business people to write their books, especially when I got into ghostwriting. And something that really struck me and made sense to me was when I talked to business people, the reason why they wanted to write a book was to build their platform. And I was straddling two worlds here. And in the writer's world, it was build your platform. Get a platform before you publish. Get a platform. Build a platform. And in the business world, it was a book will give me my platform. and really, that's what the writing experts will never tell you this. You got to have a platform before you build your book. Well, guess what? You write your book, you get a platform. Which came first? Well, guess what? The book comes first and the platform comes later. And then the legacy comes after that, because you're going to keep writing, or you're going to keep marketing, or you're going to keep on building your business that came from the book. And That's how you build your legacy. It comes over time. So you can expand your legacy by being the expert. It can be podcasting we can talk about. We can talk about video to leave a legacy. Interviews. You can talk about forums. We can talk about guest blogging, all kinds of good stuff. And I'll need your feedback on that as well. Different things that you want to do to show yourself the expert. Week 11 is using your book to expand your legacy through media. This is something I really enjoy and I'm passionate about, and I'm happy to talk to you about, is creating your media kit and how to use your media kit. What's your media kit? Your media kit is what you give to media outlets like radio stations, TV stations, newspapers, these kind of things. They want your media kit when you contact them. So I'll teach you how to make a media kit, give you the blueprint on how to do it, and help you walk through that. Talk to you about the power of the press release. You know, one great way that I'm getting a lot of traffic to my offers and my blog is through press releases anyway. So show you how to use that even outside your media kit. It's in your media kit, but even outside your media kit, how to do press releases. How to book local TV. You know, you can book national TV. Everyone wants to be on whatever special Oprah's doing, right? But there's a lot of it's easy to get on local TV because local TV likes to promote local authors. And I'll show you how to do that, and then talk to you about radio interviews. Now, I really enjoy radio interviews because I can do them from home, from the comfort of my house, and I can be in markets all over North America, and it's really, really enjoyable. I like the call-in shows. That's why I'm doing more live stuff online as well, because I like the give and take. I like the spur of the moment stuff, and you will too once you go through this training. Finally, week 12, we talk about the ongoing expansion of your legacy. The ongoing expansion, the importance of planning your schedule, the setting your goals, and how to schedule to achieve your goals, and basically talk about the 3 daily events that you do to work towards any goal. And that's basically the rundown of how to leave your legacy with your book. And again, I said I need your feedback on this. So go and answer the survey that I've got. I'd really, really appreciate that. And if you're available, come to the Q&A that's happening. What's the date? It's this Friday. Oh, and you can be watching this anytime, so I don't know what. We'll say the 22nd of March at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. So you do the math wherever you are in the world. And I've scheduled an hour and a half for that. If there's questions for an hour and a half, great. If there's not, we'll cut it short. Doesn't really matter to me. Just make sure that I'm available for that hour and a half. And anyway, feel free, talk to other people about this, get them involved, share it across your social networks. Really appreciate all that. And this is an exciting way to do things. And make sure you can email me your questions ahead of time too if you can't make it, and I'll answer those questions during the live event. I hope that helps, and we'll talk to you soon. I'm Trevor Lund.